Alrighty. Let's see. Do we have everything seems like it's up and running. Let me check the latency. I would hate to restart this thing. Ultra low. Yep. Even though I'm on ultra low latency, there still is a delay, people. There still is a delay. With YouTube, it's like 3 to 5 second delay. If this channel gets popular, then what I will do is do a on this site. I'll set up a place where you can log into your profile, and then you'll get like 100 millisecond delays or something. But stuff like that costs money. But we'll see how this comes out this year. Um, order flow bar. Order flow bars. Don't know why I typed that. Crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my word, this is not going to be a good day, is it? I'm already screwing up so many times. HTTPS bars. Mondays, man, Mondays. Oh, word. There we go. Gee. All right. Uh, boy, Mondays are just freaking nuts. Yeah. Good morning. How you doing? Uh, Alrighty. So we got a free license going on this week. It's going to end Friday after the market closes. So it's going to end like Friday at 5. So, and today we're going to be trading the ES, folks. Oh, that reminds me, I got to get this set up. I got to get this. Yeah, we're going to be trading the ES today. Uh, Hopefully, this thing will start. Okay, well, I got to trade Astro Fund, and I got to trade it on Quan Tower. Unfortunately, I got to trade the executions on Quan Tower. I'm going to be using the charting on Ninja Trader. Because Astro Fund, I think I need $1,000 to get a payout, and then I reset on the account. If anybody doesn't know Astro Fund, I'm testing them out. It seems like a pretty decent company. Well, that's starting. So the ES, as you can see here on the overnight right here, as we see it right here on the overnight highs was 74.20 and the overnight lows is 73.90. Right now, we're right at the point of control. I'm thinking if we get down here to the 7,400 area, roughly in this area right here, we need to look for a bounce because you had a volume distribution of volume up in here, and we had big distribution of volume up in here with the point of control for Thursday. So that is what I am looking for. Now, in this area right here, okay, around 7,400, doesn't need to be exact, but what I'm looking for in this area, when we are right now, we're looking at a volume profile, and I always look at this in the mornings. We got about 12 minutes. I always look at this DX feed. Yeah. I always look at this in the mornings, okay? Because I really need to know market context, where we're at. Friday was a P shape, okay? When I'm talking about with P shape, and they're usually bullish. So you have a nice long tail right here, and the distribution of volume was mainly up top. That is called a P shape, mainly bullish, kind of like what we have here, okay? It's a P shape, and look what we did. Is this going to happen? I have no idea. All I do know is that this market has been raging upwards, and you have to make sure right here you have financial juice up and running. Okay, 10 o'clock U.S. existing home sales. I don't think it'll be all that big, but we never know. 10:30 Trump speaks at healthcare event. I mean, we gotta be careful what he says too, because he could fart in the Oval Office and the market rallies or dumps. So you gotta be careful with this. Also, every single stinking day there has been news come out about the Middle East conflict. So you gotta be aware of that. Last week, man, here, let me close this out. But this is what I'm looking for, and I'll be calling out these areas when we get close to 7,400. Just remember 7,400, okay? We're looking for a bounce, and what we're looking for, and we might not get that bounce. They might sell off. They could sell off, and if they sell off and if they go in a lot of sellers and we start going in heavy and we start breaking this area, what I'm looking for is down in this area right here. This is what I would be looking for. The reason for that is because all this area is low volume. This area right here is low volume. So I would be looking for this area right here for support. And the reason for that is because low volume right here. Okay. That's if we lose the 7,400 area and we see a lot of sellers come stacking in. That's what I would be looking for. Okay. Let me go ahead and close this out. So right now, I'm trading the ES June contracts. ESM6, that is on a 1 minute. This is a 5 minute. This is all I look at. Okay. Don't need a whole bunch of charts or indicators. Okay. Uh, where my accounts are standing right now, uh, account 26, 51,014, 17 at 287. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be trading these today. What I am going to be trading, let me get this up. Yeah. I'm going to be trading Astro Fund today because I really need to trade that. That's on a DX feed. Uh, that's on DX feed. Here, let me, boy, I really need to. That's on a DX feed, folks. Where is my, come on, where's CME? There we go. I'll be glad when my platform's done. Come on, man. I want no calendar spreads. Just give me my friggin' crap, man. Thinking right here, what about 7413, 7413? Yeah. Okay. For some of you that don't know, here, let me take a look at this astrofund.ui. This is the company I'm going to be trading now. Here, this right here, skip the evaluation. So if you do this, you skip the evaluation. What I've done is I'm doing the gravity one. Okay. They have a thing new to Astrofund. You get like 55% off. It comes out to like a buck 12. But the thing is, a lot of people don't like is profit milestone 1,500, milestone payout 1,000 plus free reset. I think you get hit 1,000, you pay out, then you get a free reset. I don't know, but the allocation is 1 mini, 10 micros. The end of day drawdowns 800, daily limit hard breach is 500, consistency is 30. A lot of people do not like this just because they can't prop farm, which is fine. To each their own. Um, Astro Fund is mainly for people that have a trading plan that are consistent, that are disciplined. Okay, because you, I don't know. I have not gotten a payout with Astro Fund, so I'm just testing them out, folks. I am just testing them out. We got about 9:20. We got about 6 minutes to the open. Uh, the reason now, last week we traded NQ, and I go back and forth. I go NQES, okay? NQES, I kind of go back and forth. Maybe tomorrow I'll trade some of the NQ. Uh, I just kind of go back and forth. Uh, I don't trade oil. Uh, 10 years ago, I started trading futures. I started trading oil and then I kind of suck at it. It blew up like a couple $1,000 accounts. I'm like, let me go back to the ES. Uh, righty. Because I've been trading before the prop firms came out, before Top Step came out. I've been trading before the micros came out. So I was trading the minis. Oh man, that was crazy. On a $3,000 account. Yeah. I blew up some personals and then I finally learned I got to do some capital preservation. All right. So right now we're starting to just sell off about 5 minutes to the open. And here's the thing, when you watch me, you will understand. I tell people, let the market settle down, let the dust settle. Let's figure out what's going on. The environment that we're in right now with this Middle East conflict and what's going on, man, you don't know what's going to happen. Last week, I was trading off stream and then I ended up with a $700 loser because I got caught up in news and I was in a few minis on the ES, and man, it was $1,700, and then I finally made it back, made back 1,500, and closed that out with a $200 loss that day. Um, and then the next day, I made it back. Then next day, it was this one right here, number 17. And then next day, I traded some NQ. I think it was Friday. We did like a $400 trade, and it brought it back up. Now the $72, I was trading some micros because I'm working on my own personal trading platform that should be released hopefully next month. I'm going through rhythmic compliance for multi-use, multi-user. Right now, I'm using it on personal use. It's a charting trading platform that I'm building out because I've been a software engineer for 15 years. Uh, I've showed it a couple of times on stream. I'll show it probably towards the end of the stream. Uh, but it runs on Mac and Windows. And I was trading the order executions because I worked on some of the chart trading, kind of like what the chart trader here is on the Ninja Trader platform. I got account 26 up here just in case I want to be taking a trade, and maybe I should enable the chart trader just in case we want to do this. How about you keep in view there, Mr. Dom? Um, about 2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes. The ETH VWAP, about 74.12. I'm going to bring up the New York down here at the bottom. This blue line is the order flow bar moving average. That is a custom moving average that I developed. It basically takes the Heiken Nash data and smooths it out with an exponential moving average. Then I'm going to take the RTH, the real time hours VWAP New York session. RTH New York session. I'm going to do that. Let me check my settings here. My settings on a 5 minute. Let me do show profile, show delta. Good morning, Chris. How's the software coming along? It's actually coming along pretty good. I did some order executions this morning. I've actually gotten the executions down pretty solid. I'm actually trading on it. So this morning, next week I'll be doing a premiere where I'll actually be trading on the new platform, streaming it next week. Uh, Hopefully it will be released next month. Hopefully. Duh, 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 duh. Aggregate bubble mode. We're aggregating large volume 500. Man, do I really? Yes, that because I'm on ES. I thought I was on NQ. Tick merge one. We don't have to tick merge NQ because it's a thickly traded market. NQ, I usually tick merge it to 4 because it trades like a squirrely freak hyped up on Red Bull. And bounce is set to 4 to 3. We got the session is RTH. I need to set this to auto like I do my own personal trading platform I'm working on. Um, all right, it's open, folks. Just let the market settle down, okay? Please let the market settle down. Don't be chasing anything. Don't be trying to do any opening drives. If you do, you better have a plan. That's all I gotta say. Sometimes I do trade the opening drive. About a month ago, I was trading opening drives on the ES, but I had to stop because this Middle East conflict stuff is making the market go crazy, folks. So let the market settle down. What we are looking for, we are looking for stacked buy or sell imbalances like this. Here's a very simple plan. If the market trading is locked, I need to unlock it, but I can't. Huh? Oh, Quantower is doing its thing. I don't know what's going on with Quantower. Quantower is telling me my trading is locked. Man, I need to get my own platform with DX Feed. I contacted DX Feed. Hopefully, I can get the API account set up with them. Let the market settle down. I'm going to tell you how I normally trade the opening drive. It's pretty good. Uh, when you got a nice green candle like this and you got a nice positive delta, you can get on the break of that, put your stop down here. And as soon as you're green, you just go ahead and start moving to a break even. Okay. Um, let the market settle down. We got the overnight highs of 74.20, which we are right at it, folks. We are right at the overnight highs at 74.20 on the ES. We are right at the overnight highs. We got 50 single order contract that came slinging into the market. This is my 1 minute. I'll show you my 1 minute settings. RTH. Delta surge is 150. We got one order, large volume of 50, tick merge of 1, and balance 4 and 3. That's what I have there. Okay. Um, the chart trader should have an update this week. I was testing it over the weekend. I had to fix some stuff. Chart trader is working. But the one thing that I have been working on is this thing right here. Take profit stop loss. Okay, take profit stop loss. That's what I've been working on. It seems like it's working pretty good. We are at the overnight highs. We got a point of control right here at 74.19. We got big distribution of volume being filled out in the 5 minute. Don't know why my trading's locked on Quantower. I'm trying to trade Astro Fund. This is just, why are you locking me? I don't want to be locked. There we go, unlocked. The user error, man. The user error. User error. User error, folks. User error. Oh, my word. The thing about Astro Fund, it seems like a pretty decent company. The guy that runs it used to be a software engineer. I think he was a software engineer for Tesla. Alrighty, we are definitely bullish for today, folks. As usual, on the 1 minute, we got a spinning top that is an indecision candle. This market is going to be very, very difficult because we don't know what's going to happen. Remember, 10 o'clock, folks. We've got 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we got U.S. existing home sales at 10 o'clock. Got big on the 5 minute. You got distribution of volume being filled out. That's pretty positive. You can actually use that as a support area. Because here's the thing about this: if you start losing this area right here, you got thinly traded volume area right here. This is the thickly traded volume area, kind of like as you can see right here on the volume profile. We got positive delta of 2,006% on the previous 5 minute candle. We start drifting down. There is the New York VWAP 7418. What I try to look for on the opening drive is some big, large, like buyers stepping in, like that 275 single order contract. If it happened on the first 1 minute, you could probably get in on the break of that and use that large buyer for support for an opening drive. That is how I like to do the opening drives. Alrighty, we're coming down. Remember what I just said about the 5 minute, about that big volume area right there? We lose it. We come down here. We did. We kissed the 7420 area, which is the overnight highs. When the ES 7420 is the overnight highs, overnight lows is 7390, so around 7400 if we even get there. I'll be looking very, very hard at the orders coming in. We're coming down to that volume distribution volume area. We're coming down to this distribution of volume area right here. As you can see right here, 7419 and a half. 19 and a half was big delta, negative delta area right there. We're bouncing off New York VWAP of 7418. This is the plan, folks. This is the plan. I don't trade a whole lot, okay? I just look for quality trades. This is the plan. Uh, if you're a new trader, for one, this is a whacked out market right now. So if you're able to survive or break even, you'll do fantastic when the market settles down and we go back to a world environment that's more conducive to trading. Um, the plan is very simple. You got to think when you're above the New York VWAP, you're looking bullish. So I'm looking for a 5 minute green candle, green delta. 5 minute green candle, green delta. Then you flip over to the 1 minute and you look for a stacked buy imbalance. And then you can go from there. That's what I'm looking for. Did you get it? No. Talking to the wife. This is what the market likes to do. Your auction market theory it will run up. It'll find value, and then sometimes it will bounce around and consolidate and kind of auction around. It's just buyers and sellers trying to figure out which way to go, up or down. It's just consolidation area. You got big delta volume up here from 420 to 424. There you go. 167 single order sell contract, and we closed right at it. That could be a trap seller, folks. If we start trading above that, we got about 0% delta change, about delta neutral in that candle, folks. Delta neutral in that candle. Point of control shifted too. Um, what's wrong? Wife's getting all flustered for something. Um, Right now we have 54 single order contracts. We have 167, 275. So we got a nice old battle going on around here. The one thing I'm looking at is this previous 1 minute right here. This previous 1 minute is 167 sell. If they start taking a lot of heat, uh, it could be squeezed out. We're just we're just slowly just kind of looking to see what's going on, folks. We got 10% negative delta in the previous 1 minute from the volume. Volume kind of dried up a little bit. Alrighty. Yeah, let me get some coffee. We could get a break. Like I said, this 167. What I basically did was on this candle right here, I got in a little bit because for one, that 167, we closed right at it. Plus, we got a 304 negative delta, and we closed above it. So we're break of that right there with this information right here. That's why I kind of got in a little bit. Uh, and I'm already out on the ES. I'm just trying to slowly grind up this Astro Fund account. Let me pour some coffee and I'll explain this. Let me explain some coffee and I will explain this. This happens on the NQ as well. Okay. Uh, the ES trades order flow a lot better because it's a thickly traded market. But if we look at this, okay, we've got 54 seller, 275 buyer, 50 buyer, 167 seller. There's just a little battle going on. And what I like to see is, for one, why did I take the trade right here? And then I just basically got out right up in this area. All right. So uh, it's like a 2 point trade. No big deal. Because this is what I like to do. I'm not looking for home runs. What I'm looking for, the first couple trades of the day, I'm just looking, trying to get green to build myself a buffer. That's all I want to do is just build up a little bit. Okay. I don't take high risks. I don't take big losses. I get myself a couple points and just kind of move on. Um, okay. Let's take a look at this. So we ran up and we started consolidating around. This is what the market likes to do. It likes to run up and consolidate down. The moving average right here, the order flow bar moving average right here is sloping upwards. When this is sloping upwards, you, as a new trader, should never try and short the market. You're just asking for trouble, especially if the VWAP, this line right here, this yellow line on the 5-minute, if you're above it and it's sloping upwards like this and you're trying to short the market because you think it's gone too high, you're just asking for trouble. Sometimes it'll be like, "Oh, it went up and I could have shorted it, made myself 50 points." Yeah, even a blind squirrel can find a nut every now and then, okay? So, I'm just this is just coming from 10 years of experience, okay? I'm not one of these YouTube gurus out here. This is actually coming from experience and also an individual that has blown up personal accounts, before. So, yeah, when you're a new trader, you're above that New York VWAP, you should only be going long. If you're below it and it's sloping down, go short. Don't be looking to short a market because you think it's gone too high because of the stochastics or MACD tells you it's overbought. That's a bunch of BS. The market doesn't give a crap about my opinion or your opinion or lagging indicators opinion. Okay. These market makers and institutions don't give a crap about any of that. So this is why I did this. For one, the 5-minute was green. The delta was green. Remember what I said earlier? 5-minute candle green, 5-minute delta green, green candle, green delta. Just remember that. Green candle, green delta. Look at the VWAP. Are we above it? Check. Green candle, green delta on the 5-minute. Very simple, folks. Then you flip over here to the 1-minute and you start looking for longs. Let's go over here to the volume candle. Okay. So we ran up and we started pulling back. Look at this. When we start pulling back, this was a pretty 223 negative delta. That was a pretty big pullback. Then all of a sudden we do 80 delta. That delta is not climbing. Then a positive 204 with a nice little pullback. I'm like, okay. And then here's the key. 167 sell contracts right here. Single order contracts. That's a single order contract. And we closed right at it. So I'm thinking, we're breaking this area. It's a go sign, folks. It's a go sign. Why? Well, we ran up. We got 223 negative delta. We got 80 delta. We got 240 positive delta. We got delta neutral with 167. That could be a trap seller. At 54 is trapped. Boom. It starts trading up like this with 500 positive delta. And I'm looking at the delta, and the delta's climbing. And you can look at the volume right up in here. Okay, let's flip to a delta candle. Boom. Now let's look at a delta candle. That's all the delta right up in there. Most of the delta was right down in here. Okay. At the 167, you had 304 negative delta on this candle. That was a little concerning because it really started to climb. But I was thinking once we break this area, I'm going to go in. Did I go in all heavy? No. Why? It's the first trade of the day. I'm not going to go in all heavy and then take a big loss. No, I'm going to build up the account slowly. Okay. This is how it's done. We're trading the ES on the June contracts. Okay, we didn't get no buy and balance or anything, but this right here is absorption, folks. When you see 167 single order contracts and we close above it, that is absorption. 304 negative delta, and we're closing right up in this area. And then all of a sudden, this candle starts climbing with 500 positive delta. Even if you didn't get in right here, like I did, you get 504 and this candle closes. You got to give it a try, folks. You just got to give it a try. Get in here and put your stop down here. Why? Well, for one, if you try to get in here and you put your stop down there, those sellers right there, you're using their pain. Okay, 167 contracts, single order. That's not a retail. That's institutional trading. That's market maker. I know some people are saying, "Oh, well, it doesn't matter. They got billions of dollars." They also care about making money, and they also have desk traders. Now, the ES is not a market where it's algorithmic driven like the NQ. Okay. Drinking my coffee. It's not algorithmic driven like the NQ. Okay. This is why I really like trading the ES. And the ES for new traders, I know everybody wants to trade the NQ because it's sexy and volatile and it can rip your face off. Okay. I know everybody wants that adrenaline rush. I understand it. Okay. As a United States Marine, I understand it. And adrenaline is a friggin' drug for me too. Okay. But if you care about just building up an account and getting consistent pay, I would highly recommend go to the ES. If you're a new trader, I would highly, highly tell you to go trade the ES. Why? Thickly traded market. It runs a little bit slower. The NQ will rip your face off if you don't have any self discipline to get out when you're wrong and admit it. The ES will rip your face off too. I'm an experienced trader of 10 years. I got my face ripped off last week on the ES. I was in a few minis and news came out. Boom, got my face ripped off. Down 1700. Took me about an hour. I went in heavy and I got back 15 and I went up 1500, only a $200 loss. Okay, that's fine. Next day, traded NQ, made $400. Now the account's green. So, yeah. Okay, so now if you're in this trade right here, what you're looking for is nice delta right up in here. We had the inside bar right here with some big delta. You might want to start, peeling some off and manage the trade, move to a break even. But once you start seeing this moving average is still sloping upwards. This is a custom moving average that I developed. It's basically Heikin-Ashi data smoothed out with a 9 EMA. Okay. I did not come up with this. I read some papers from some institutional trading of their algorithmic trading algos. They use something like this. They take Heikin-Ashi data and they smooth it out with a 9 EMA because they want to make sure they're in the right direction. Okay. That's just one of their things they do. Also, when you start seeing this area right here, remember what I said earlier, the market likes to find value. Well, the market found consolidate up in here. It found value to the upside. Was it doing auction market theories? It's very simple. Auction market theory. It likes to bounce around. What it does is that it consolidates and pisses off new traders. That's what I like to call it. But it's just balanced market. Sometimes you have a failed auction. Right here is an auction, Chris. Um, are you using ES or MES? Um, if we come down here and start trading below this moving average, you might want to just cut your trade and take your profits. Um, on a 1 minute, I have RTH session. RTH. Make sure you're on RTH. Uh, if you just want to test the bubbles, make sure that they're running. You can take the 1 minute. Are you on one order? If you're on one order, I got one order set, large volume set at 50. Um, Set it to something like 10. Just to, all right, you're on aggregated. What is the aggregated set to? the large volume right here, the LG dash volume number. Yeah, we're starting to lose this area. We got 15 previous 1 minute. We got about 15% negative delta. So right now, I would have been cutting the trade right there, stinking right there. Why? Well, for one, if you look at the 5 minute, we got a nice big topping tail up to here. Okay, so I'd be cutting the trade and just taking my profit. Uh, do, do, do. Set it to one and just set the large volume to 10 and just see if the bubbles start showing up. If I open up another pulse chart, I do ESM6. And I click apply. I go to settings. I go to aggregated and I do 150. And I click save and apply. It is working now. What did you change to get it working? Um, See, this is why I'm building my own trading platform too. This is why I'm building my own trading platform too, because um, it'll just make things a lot easier. Ninja Trader's a great platform. It is. I really do like it. I think it's great. Uh, it's old technology though, man. Ninja Trader has been around. For some of y'all that don't know, Ninja Trader has been around for 22 years, man. We got 342 single order contract come in here. Uh, we got another bubble behind it, but yeah, we got some large buying up in here, folks. So don't be short in the market because you think it's gone too high. Okay. Okay. Uh, Market don't give a crap about my opinion or yours. Okay. Neither do these market makers or institutions. They don't give a crap about our opinion. We're only 5% of the futures market volume as far as retail traders. And if you're trading on a prop firm like I am, we're zero volume to be quite honest. Uh, I'll go back to trading my personal when the Middle East conflict is over. Right now we're at the point of control. Right now we're at the point of control. Okay. If we lose this area right up in here, we could come back down here to the VWAP to this area right here. If not, we come back down here. And the reason I say that is because look at all this low volume right here. Think about this, how you read a volume profile. And this is how jigsaw trading, I went through the jigsaw trading course uh, years ago. It's expensive as heck right now. Okay, we started selling off, but look at this. Why did we bounce off this area right here? Well, for one, you've got a large buyer right there that's interested. Okay, you got 100 single order contracts. That's a market maker institution. Then you got 57 right here. It closed as a red candle, which is a little concerning. And then you had 342 single order contracts come in. And this right here, this area right here, this area right here, they could defend it pretty heavily. You're going to have some pretty large sellers come in here to take on these buyers. That is just my opinion, folks. That's just my opinion. So, also, if you look at the 5 minute, you got about 608 aggregated volume right there, and you got about 53 single order contracts. Okay. The reason this didn't show up is over here is because this is 50. I have it set to one single order, 50. That's 342 single order contract. That is freaking huge. Okay. You got to think about this. You got to think about this, folks. 300, roughly 350 contracts, 350 contracts, folks. Okay. Every point is 1250. Every point is 1250. Okay. So if we move from 730 up here to about 5 points, that's $21,000. Not a whole lot, but it adds up. Okay. So, and also here's another thing. Is this a market maker that bought thousands of contracts pre-market and then they hedged against it and they're just unleashing it? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have the trade IDs of the backroom deals and the sausage being made in the back room. I don't know. I'm not privileged to that information because I'm not a big dog. But the SEC, when these orders get executed, they have to, it's a regulated market. It has to be sent out. So this is what we get. So this could be a big area that they're going to defend. And look at this. You got big, huge delta right there. Okay. Big, huge delta right there. I wonder if I turn on my large volume profile. No, I better not do that. This ain't my platform and the thing will go away. Okay, so we're trading the ES today. Last week we traded the NQ. We traded the ES. Like I said, wait for the market to settle down. If you do play the open drive on the ES, which I do sometimes, okay, I need to go through a plan. I need to put that up on the site. But this is the trade we had. Okay, we had a nice run up. We had a consolidation, little auction area, basic auction market theory, found value to the upside, bounce around. We had 167 right here, and we closed right at it. That is absorption. They couldn't keep pulling the market down. We had 304 negative delta, and we closed right here. Once we start breaking this area in that 504 delta, you can get in right here, and then you got yourself a nice little move, okay? I mean, so far you got yourself about 6-7 points, about $300, okay? So on a mini. And if that's not enough, then go in 2 minis on these prop firms. Go in 5 minis, okay? The thing about the NQ, let's say you trade NQ. This is just from my experience. Let's say you trade the NQ. This is what we're doing right now, folks. We're just sitting here bouncing around. Okay, we're in a balanced market area because the market ran up, finds a nice little auction. People call this a bull flag. We broke out of it, found value to the upside, and now another little auction area, another area right here. But the main thing I'm looking at is this right here. Large buyer, okay? Stinking large buyer. Another big bubble behind it. I can't read it. Are they going to defend this area of 74.30? Possibly. Possibly. The thing about the NQ is, let's say you trade 1 mini. Well, if you go over to the ES, and I trade the NQ the same way about this same plan. If you trade the ES, then you can trade like 2 or 3 minis, okay? Because if you think about it, if you got in here, where's your stop? Your stop, wrong one. Your stop is down here, so that's about 4 points, that's about $200, okay? So then you come up here, let's say you get out about right here, that's about $450 trade. Okay, it's a 2 for 1 right there. Um, the platform that I'm building out, we're gonna have, I'm hoping to get it released next month. I've already passed compliance issues with, Rhythmic, because I'm using Rhythmic. I've already passed their compliance thing, and I'm actually trading on it, pre-market a lot of times. Next week, I'm gonna be doing a premiere and trading with the platform that I'm building out, uh, and it has all this stuff, all the order flow stuff. Um, and the good thing is if you have a NinjaTrader license, you'll be able to use it. I'm not gonna charge you for something you're already using. Um, it just runs on a Mac and, Windows. I trade on a Mac. I'm using Parallels, which I would not recommend doing that. I would not recommend trading a NinjaTrader running Parallels. It might be alright for evaluations and funded accounts, but, man, I just wouldn't do it. Not a good thing, because 'cause I've had issues. We got a nice little tight range right up in here, and the reason we got this tight range up here and we're building out this volume right up in here is because what do you see a lack of? Let's look at 5 minutes. What do you see a lack of? Okay, we've got the 5 minute aggregated large volume 500. That's for the ES. We see a lack of sellers. And that in this 500 aggregated volume, that 500 happens within milliseconds. I'm not going to tell you the exact number on my code because that's just proprietary information, but it's aggregated, which means uh, like every tenth of a second or something, it will aggregate all the volume. Okay, and it tells you that. That's 600. Now the top number is 53, so that was 53 single order contract. Okay, that was 53 single order contract. Okay. Um, all of this is single order contracts. 100 single order, 51 single order, 57, 352, 342 single order. All that's single order, okay? And it happens and this might not show we got a buying balance, folks. Uh, let me get out of here. We got a buying balance. Problem is we're flatlining. We got a buying balance, but we're flatlining. If we close above it, that buying balance might be good, but we're kind of flatlining. We're at 33% positive delta. Um, we are kind of flatlining a little bit here, folks, on the moving average. Uh, there is a buying balance, though. It's a buying balance, not the kind that I'm looking for. It's down A plus setup, but it is a buying balance. The 1 minute has not closed yet. 1 minute has just closed. Okay, that is a buying balance. It's not solid. Okay, not a solid trade, not an A plus setup, but ES adheres to order flow a little bit better than the NQ. Now, if we start losing that 7430 area, you really got to rethink your situation you got yourself into. Okay. Um, we got we got 992 positive delta. We closed above it. You have 50 single order sell contract on the previous 1 minute. You got about 32% delta on the volume that changed. We're flagging out. the VWAP. Okay, we got an inside bar right here. Basically, it didn't break the high or the low. You got an inside bar right here, and we're right here at the buy and balance area at about 1,000 positive delta. If we don't start climbing, this is not going to be good. If you break that 74.31 half area, this area right here, you really got to think about it because that buy and balance is going to be invalid then. This is not an A plus setup. It's happening in a range, but we are bullish. Okay. And we are in a green 5-minute candle with green delta, but it's just not an A plus setup. I'm not looking to get the whole move. I'm looking to get a piece of the pie. That's just all I'm looking for is just a piece of the pie. Okay. We got the delta that's climbing a little bit. Now it's starting to kind of fizzle out. About 8% positive delta, but we're still holding this buy and balance. I just don't like it. It's not a good one. You got the order flow bar moving average kind of sloping upwards. You got the VWAP kind of flatlining right now in the 5-minute. If you look at that, the 5-minute is kind of flatlining. Yeah. Like I said, I do not, that's not an A plus setup, folks. Not an A plus setup. That buy and balance is not an A plus setup. Where you want to see these buy and balances happening is in areas like this. Okay, areas like this when we're moving upwards. Nice big buy and balance areas. Okay, that's where you want to see them. You don't want to see them in the middle of ranges like that. That's not an A plus setup. Okay, just not an A plus setup. Plus, if you look at it. The buy and balance is right there in the middle of a stinking range. Okay, not an A plus setup. So if you do take something like that, don't go in your full size. Go in about half. See what happens. That's why if you get stopped out, uh, you got to cut the trade like right about up in here, and it's just blah. You can always get back in. Commissions are cheap. Yeah, we're just sitting here in the range. This is kind of boring, ain't it? It's a little bit boring, folks, but hey, it's the way the market is. Just the way the market is, folks. It's only 10:13 as well. We're starting to build out the volume. If you look at the 5-minute, we're still above the point of control. I mean, this is not an A plus setup. Just don't quite like it that much. Not an A pluser, folks, not an A pluser. It's just not an A pluser. So we're up here at the highs. What you want to see when you're up here at the highs, if you're going to keep traveling, you need to start seeing the delta start surging upwards and the volume really picking up. This volume on the previous 1 minute was about 2482. The volume was 2513. It's just kind of like blah. It's not really surging. The volume right now in the current 1 minute, we got 10% positive delta right there. We got about 140, 150 positive delta. I mean, that is nice, but you want to start seeing like 300 delta and the volume kicking up. You want to see 300 delta and the volume kicking up above 2500 to keep climbing, to keep breaking the high. Just like this 400 delta, about 3000 volume coming in, about 2800. That's some good movement. Keep going. Keep going. About 450 delta, you got about 3000 volume right there. 450 delta, 3000 volume, 15% positive delta change right there from the volume. That's a good sign. That's a good sign to keep moving upward. Okay. Good sign to keep moving upward. Good sign to keep moving upward. You got to look at the 5 minute. 5 minute right here. We got about 1,000 positive delta, 9.5%, about 10,000 volume. It's about the same. But look what I'm talking about. Green 5 minute VWAP. We're above the New York session VWAP. Check. Green candle, green delta. Check. Look at the 1 minute. Bam. This right here was not an A plus setup. Okay. That buy and balance was not an A plus setup. Could you have gotten in? Yes. Would you get in your full size? Probably not. It did work out. Okay. Um, I'll be honest with you. I got in and then I got stopped out and then I got in again and then I just cut the trade up here. Okay. That's what I did. Okay. I can't call the signals and when I'm getting in and out because the SEC would have my butt in a sling and I ain't doing that. Okay. But I can actually try and teach you a little bit and give you the rod and reel. You can go catch the fish yourself. But this is not an A plus setup. Okay. Why? Well, for one, we're right here in the middle of a stinking range, okay? And we have a buy and bounce right here. You have a large buyer and we closed above it. That's good, okay? I get in here and then it's like, okay, we start breaking this area right here. I mean, I got in right at the tick and then it ran back up. Okay, no big deal. I took a loss. Okay, no big deal. Then I saw this candle, and the reason I got back in is because this 95 negative delta and we closed above it. And I'm like, all right, I don't like the moving average flatlining. But then we had this bar right here, this bar right here with 189 positive delta. So I got in a little bit and I got the trade. I'm not looking to get in here and get the whole trade up to here for about 5 points. I'm It basically covered my loss. Okay. And then some. All right. That's basically all it did. But if you notice, the ES is a thickly traded market. It doesn't trade all squirrely like the NQ. That's why it's more conducive to trading for new traders, the ES is. You got about 50 and 93 single order contracts right here. You got a lot of large buyers, 99 and then 175. These sellers could get trapped. And if they start taking too much heat, they're going to be like, screw this, I'm out. The one thing you have to understand about futures is that it's not stocks. You don't have a pool of shares that you're buying and selling or whatever. Futures is a zero sum game. If you buy a contract and you make money, someone sold you that contract and is losing money. It's a zero sum game. Just remember, if you're a new trader, just remember this one thing and you will be okay. You see this? You see the New York session VWAP right here? If we are above it the way we are, you do not short this stinking market, okay? Look at the order flow bar moving average. Okay, it took the blue pill and going straight the heck up. Why would you try to short a raging market? Why would you come up here and try to short it, trying to look for a dump down here and start blowing accounts left and right? Right now we're about 200 negative delta, about 8% change on the volume. Volume's about 2,600. So if you actually did get in up in this area, you really want to start peeling some off, okay? Because we got 3,000, we about delta neutral now, so the buyers are holding them off. You're not looking for home runs. You're looking for base hits, okay? You're looking for base hits. Buy and balance. Maybe you got stopped out here, you go back in like I did. You're not looking for home runs, man. You're not looking for big 20 pointers way up here. You're only looking for base hits about 3, 4, 5 points. Get yourself about 100, 150, $200 on ES. I mean, do that a handful of times, got yourself 1,000 bucks. So that's just that's basically it. Don't be listening to these gurus on YouTube. Okay, they're feeding you regurgitated BS. Okay, half of them will trade 5 evals below 4 of them and show you a one at the end of the day where they pick the top or the bottom. Okay, don't listen. I guess that's it. I don't know. I don't know what that button does on Quan Tower, but hey, I'm trading the Astro Fund, folks. So yeah, I'm trading Astro Fund, which is pretty decent so far. The thing is, they're not using Rhythmic, man. I wish they would. I contacted DX Feed and I'm like, hey, can I get access to your API? I'm building out a personal trading platform. Hopefully, it get released to the public pretty soon. Can I get access to your API? Um, Hopefully they'll get back to me in a couple of days. Hopefully they will. Rhythmic is all set up. I'm already working with Rhythmic. I've already passed their personal compliance stuff. So, and I'm actually trading on the platform. I traded this morning on the platform I'm building now because those that don't know me, I've been a software engineer slinging code for 15 years. I worked for Booz Allen Hamilton. That was my last contractor in DC area. I worked for Booz Allen Hamilton. They do a lot of government contracts. I worked with a lot of the alphabet agencies, being a code monkey. Look at the 5 minute, folks. Look at the 5 minute. This is key. Okay, this is key. We're building out a nice volume right here. Okay, we start losing that volume area right here, look where the next volume area is, right up in here, up in this area, okay? Remember what I said earlier? Remember what I said earlier, okay? Remember what I said earlier about this this large aggregated volume, about 600 aggregated volume. And look what they're doing. They're just slowly running the market up. Okay. They're just slowly just running the market up. Okay. Got a nice big volume area up here. You got big positive delta. If we start losing this area right here, probably come down to up in here. The overnight highs for the ES was 74.20. We actually broke that early in the morning. Okay. Once we broke that and we held it, it's like, man, are you really going to try to go short? Okay. Are you really going to try to go short? I wonder how many evals got blown today. People trying to short this market because the stochastics and MACD RSI says it's overbought. I'll tell you when it's overbought. When the market makers or institution think it's overbought and they decide that they don't want to play no more. Problem is, there ain't no indicator for that. As just a bubble trader. Okay. We got about 20. I mean, look at this 1 minute here. Look at the 5 minute. Look at the 5 minute, folks. Look at the 5 minute. We got some pretty good, about 10,000 volume, 16,000, 11,000. You're about 1,400 volume right there. But the volume kind of dried up about 5,000 right up here on the previous 5 minute. And we're about 300. So it's about delta neutral right there on that spinning top right there. Okay. We're about delta neutral. It's just basically a spinning top. We kind of ran up because this is what the market likes to do, as always. Runs up, finds value. Auctions around, pisses off new traders. Found value to the upside. Okay. It's very simple plan, folks. Above the New York session VWAP, check. Green candle, green delta, check. Go to the 1 minute, do the executions. Just make sure you're above the blue line, the order flow bar moving average, and you should be good to go. If you actually got in up in this area and you're right here and you're getting right and you're trading below this order flow bar moving average, you got the delta about 400. You need to be paying yourself up in this mother lover. That's all I got to say. You need to start paying yourself, man. Don't be looking for home runs. Do not let a winning. This could offend some people. So close your ears if you get offended easily. All right, we closed below it. I would really rethink my situation, folks. Um, so many people want to shoot for the moon. Okay, so many people want to get these big home runs and shoot for the moon. If you got in here, okay, when I said this was not an ideal trade, I actually got stopped out right here, and then I went back in, and then I took my profits up in this area because I'm like, I don't feel it. I'm out. It's a Monday. Let me just build it up slowly. I made back the money I lost here. I made some money earlier, so it's still green for the day. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? The low volume areas right here, right up here at probably 74.33. They could be stopping. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you ran up right here and you're looking, you're shooting for the moon, and then all of a sudden it comes down fast like this, and and you're and you gave back all those profits. Close your ears if you get offended easily. But that's idiotic in my opinion. I do not give a flipping crap about these gurus telling you to go for 2 to 1s, 3 to 1s, or whatever. Or I take a full stop out. You better take the profits the market's going to give you. That's all I got to say. Okay. Don't be listening to these gurus regurgitated information, BS information that they're feeding you constantly. Okay. If the market is only going to give me $50 and I see massive delta coming in and I see some crap like this and I'm up $50, I'm cutting the stinking trade. I ain't taking a full stop out. I'm not going to be idiotic. If the market reverses, I can get back in. Guess what? Guess what? Commissions are cheap. Okay? Who cares? All right, 59 single order contract, buyer, we closed below it. That right there is absorption for those sellers. I mean, for those buyers, all these buyers up here, they're taking heat right now. Let's come look at this. Let's come look at this. Are we going to stop right up in this area where we had this large single order, not large single order, 600 aggregated buy volume right there? 600 aggregated buy volume. We got massive delta up here. New York VWAP, 7430, New York VWAP. We're bouncing off of the order flow bar moving average right here. Okay, we're bouncing off of that. We got about 2200 negative delta, 14% negative delta. You got the volume just a climbing. Okay, look at the volume on the past. 16, 18, 12, 10, 10, 16. The volume 17. There's a lot of stinking volume coming in this thing. And also, here's another thing. We got Middle East conflict coming in. We got Middle East conflict. Okay, we ain't had no stinking news yet. Okay, we ain't had no stinking news yet. We got stinking news every single flipping day on the Middle East conflict. Okay, every single flipping day we got news. Okay, is the market selling off because we got news that we don't know about? I don't know. All I know is this came to right here when I told you if you got in here and you're up green, I already got out up in this area. Why? Because I ain't trusting the stinking market. I'm green. I'm out. I don't even have a runner, man. Why? Well, Middle East conflict going on. News can come out and crush me. I've already blown a funded account doing that crap with the minis uh, on the NQ. I'm I'm not having runners, to be quite honest, until this crap's over. Okay. All I know is this right here, this bar right here. When I told you as we were streaming, and I said you need to start rethinking your situation. When you hear me say you need to start rethinking your situation, that's that's code for uh if I got profits, I might want to take them. I can't tell you where to buy and sell, where to click the stinking button because the SEC would have my butt in a sling, and that ain't gonna happen. But I could give you some strong advice from 10 years of experience of take your you might want to rethink the situation you got yourself into. Okay? This has got to be some flipping news, man. Did Trump fart in the Oval Office again? Something's going on. Yep, I think Trump farted. Uh-huh. Come on, financial juice. You do this to me every stinking friggin' time. All right. Man, I need to get my own news feed going, folks. That's what we need to do. I need to get hooked up with Benzinga. Actually, DX Feed has news. I sent them an email. Hopefully, I can get going here with them. Um, hopefully, I can get Trump to Fox. I am considering renewing Project Freedom. Oh my God, this is just draining the living shit out of me, folks. Why can't we go back to the good old days? We ain't had a real president since Bill Clinton. The only thing you got to worry about him is a box of cigars and a bunch of hookers up in the Oval Office. Why can't we go back to the good old days of Bill Clinton, folks? We ain't had a real president since him. This might offend some people, but I'm going to tell you something. Bill Clinton was the first black president we ever had. He was a man's man. We need the mother lover back. Give him a box of cigars in the Tinder app. He'll make wonders. Uh, yeah, so news. Trump to Fox. I am considering renewing Project Freedom. That's why the market took a shit, folks. That's why it shit the bed on us. Remember what I said? It's got to be news, man. It's got to be news. The market don't act like this. The ES don't act like this. Okay, the ES don't act and run like this. It has to have a reason, man. It has to have a reason. It has to have a reason, folks. All right, so here's my advice. News has just come out. Don't be trading stinking news. Okay? Unless you got a trading plan, unless you got a plan, or unless you're comfortable, don't be trying to catch a falling knife. You want to try to catch a falling knife, this is how you do it, and we've done it before. When you have news and it sells off like this, okay, you've got buyer close below. You got a buyer, we close below. You got sellers up in here, and we close below. You got a sell and bounce up in here. You're getting ready to bounce off of it. Who knows? You got the order flow bar moving average sloping down. Actually, when news comes out like that, it don't mean anything. You're moving average. Even mine right here, my custom one, ain't crap, man. When news comes out, ain't nothing going to help you except for bubbles and see what orders are coming in, what the delta is doing, okay, and what the volume and delta is doing, okay. You got to look at this about 8,400 volume, 4,300, 4,000 volume. The volume dried up on these previous 2 minutes right here on the two previous 1 minutes. They just kind of dried up. Let's see what happens. Okay, for one, all right. Let's take a look at this. Boom. 600 aggregated volume, by 500 aggregated volume. That could have been that individual right there being like, I'm cutting my shit. I ain't taking a, you ain't ripping my stinking face off. Okay. Cause if I was a desk trader, let's say for BlackRock, and I was a desk trader and this crap happens, okay, I'm cutting this crap. You ain't ripping my face off and getting risk desk calling me asking you why you losing $100,000. That ain't happening, folks. You got to think about the situation that they're in. We had news just come out. These institutions will be like, flat this shit. I ain't dealing with this flat. And, and, and you need to think the same way. The only way that I would get in, the only way I would get in on this right here and try to catch a falling knife is if you had some large buyers come stepping in here, single order or aggregated large buyers. Then if the delta's climbing, and the volume's climbing, then you get in there where you're going to put your stop below the large buyer. That's the only way I would try to catch a falling knife. I don't try and be like, oh, I'm going to buy here. Oh, I'm going to blow an account here. Oh, I'm going to buy here. Oh, I'm going to pass an account up here because I'm full porting. Okay, even a blind squirrel can find a nut every now and then, folks. Let the market settle down. Okay, we got these right here. Large buyer, large seller. Let the market settle down. Okay. We got big, huge wick right here. Okay. We got, when you start seeing the delta light up like this, that is, that's a sign to be like, stay away right now because we just had news. Stay away. Let the dust settle, folks. Okay. When you have it lit up like this, because if you'll notice, this right here is dark green, this is bright green, it's lit up. That's a sign. Okay, let the market settle down. We're not looking to pick the bottom and the tops, folks. We're looking to put the odds in our favor. Right now there is no odds in my favor. Okay, there was a couple of them this morning. There was a couple of them. Okay, I know everybody comes to a stream and be like, "Are you going long, short? Where are we at? Long, short, long, short?" No, we're actually trying to be professional traders here and actually put the odds in our favor. Okay, the odds were in our favor in this one. I explained why. Well, because you had 167 seller, and we closed right at it. And look at the delta. Look at the delta here, the delta right there. Look at the delta there, right there, and we closed above it. Look at that 500 delta, and we closed above all of this. Then that's a go sign, and your stops down here. You got to put the odds in your favor. Okay, you're about $200 risk, and then you came up here and made yourself about 400. Okay, put the odds in your favor. That's one trade right there. This right here, another trade. I actually got in here, got stopped out here, got right back in, made my money back, and then some. Okay, we're not sitting here looking to make 50 trades a day and stress our butts out. The piece of advice that I could give people, well, the one is stop listening to these gurus on YouTube giving you regurgitated information, throwing a bunch of indicators on your screens where you can't even read the market. Uh, Second of all, trade less and make more money. Trade less and make more money. Put the odds in your favor. You're not a trader. You are a probability executor. If the probabilities are in your favor, execute. If they're not, then stay out. Right now, the odds are not in my favor. Odds are not in my favor right here. I'm not even looking for a stinking trade. I don't even care if a buy and bounce happens and we come way up here. Why? Well, news just came out. So we don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, so let's look at a delta candle. This is a delta candle, okay? We had big delta up in this area. You see all that delta down at the bottom? We got 1284 delta. We closed above it. We have big delta down in here. We actually closed above it with a positive delta. This right here, folks, is very important. Okay, this whole area right here, 1200 delta negative, and then 368 positive delta. 12,000 contracts to 8,000 contracts. Okay, this is a delta shift. Okay, 10% of the volume was negative delta, 5% of the volume was positive delta. That is a delta shift. You can get in here, but you got your sell and bounce right here. You got your sellers. Yeah, it paid off. I don't like doing that just because of news. I don't like trading news. Okay. The only type of news I like trading is red folder events. Okay. That's it. I don't like trading this Middle East Iran conflict shit. Okay. The news for it. I just don't, I stay away. Okay. I stay away. Remember what I said earlier. Remember what I said earlier. I can't remember where we were at. Where were we at? We could have been up in this area somewhere. I think we were up in this area because it was boring. And I said, "Hey, we're in a Middle East conflict. No news has come out yet. And I said this earlier. Every stinking day, news comes out. Okay, we ain't had news yet. Look what just happened. Trump to Fox. I am considering renewing the Project Freedom, and the market starts taking a dump. Somebody knew some crap up in here, okay? Because when we were right here, I told people, rethink the situation you got yourself into on this long. And look where we're at. We ran down. So every single stinking day we got news. Now, if you're good, you can look at this 59 buyer and we closed below it. You could try to short this and put your stop up here, okay? And you got paid good, okay? But I like doing that when there's no news, to be quite honest. Because news, these institutions could rip it down, rip it up. I don't know which way they're going. Heck, they probably don't know which way they're going. What I do know is we had a large aggregated volume right here, and then we had a large seller right here. Okay. Now we came down here and then we closed up here. Okay. That's a little absorption right there. Okay. So now that the news has settled, now the institutions or the market makers can go back to their game plan, probably running the market up as usual. Because this morning we looked at the volume profile. This morning we looked at the volume profile. Overnight highs for the ES 7420. We're above it. We're above it by 15, 16 points. Okay. It's like 10:45. I'm green for today. I'm probably not going to be clicking any more buttons with Astro Fund, to be quite honest. Uh, why is this thing? Well, you kind of suck. Why are you doing that to me there, Quan Tower? I have to trade here. I'm just going to close you out. I'm green for the day for that. I'm just going to close you out and just be done with your little booty. Um, yeah, I'm pretty much done with Astro Fund today. Mhm. Yeah, 17. Okay. Yeah, so we got a what time is it? 10, about 10:46. We've got a let me try and log in. No. I think that's the free eval key. I think it is. It is. We got this up here. We've got free license until May 15th. Okay, so Friday at 5 o'clock, it's just going to go away, so you can try it out. Okay. If you go to the profile page, there's the free key right there. You'll see it on your profile page. Uh, the price after the 15th, it's like if you want to go 1 month, I mean that's fine. 3 months, you get a little bit better of a deal. 6 months, you get a deal. 1 year, it's like $8 a month. And the good thing about it is that uh, this is not for the Ninja Trade license key, just for the Ninja Trader add. This is a license key for like whatever I develop. Like right now, I'm working on my own personal trading platform. So when that gets released to the public, if you already have a 1 year license key, well, you can either trade on Ninja Trader. And once Rhythmic approves me for multi user, and I go through that compliance for multi user, there's just some more things they got to test. That's all. I've already passed their first compliance, and I'm trading with them personally. Uh, because I got to test the platform out. Uh, but then you can either use the Mac or Windows version of the trading platform that I'm building out, uh, and you'll just use the same one, the same key for Ninja Trader. You just use the same key. There's no reason to charge you twice for something you already have. Yeah. Okay. So news came out. It's about 10:50, roughly 10:50. Probably won't get anything. Here, let's see what the old NQ did today. today. Let's see, NQM6. Let's see what the old NQ did. I mean, NQ and ES, they're correlated. Okay, they're correlated markets. So, um, yeah, kind of the same thing. I tell you what, I like trading is range bars on the NQ. I like trading range bars. I got a video out there. I got a video out there how I passed 5 evals with range bars. That was before all the Middle East conflict stuff. Okay, that was before the Middle East conflict. Okay, it's just not conducive to be trading like that. Let's say we put on the order flip bar moving average. Uh, Not much today on this one. No, not much, to be quite honest. ES seemed like it was a little bit better day. I mean, you had some right up in here. I mean, if you do get in there and you get out right here, yeah, it's like $200, but the NQ is a little squirrely sometimes. Yeah, it just hasn't been. Yeah, so now we're back to pushing the market back up. Every day we got news, folks. That's why you got to be careful. You got to be careful with this Iran conflict going on. You've got to be careful. That's why I set up in this candle right here. We closed below there. We had some the one thing that I was a little concerned about and was this big negative delta. Okay. 600 negative delta. That was pretty daggone large. Okay. It's like, wait a minute. Somebody knew something, and news hit a little bit later, and it happened. We got some big, large buying up in here, man. Big, large buying up in here. We're right up here at the highs. They got a big, large buying up in here. We got about 19%, 18% on positive delta, about 1,000 positive delta on about 6,000 volume. We got a buying bounce right here. Got some big, pretty big uh, orders being slung into the market. Okay. We got a buying bounce right here. The order flow bar moving average is sloping upwards. Okay. You have a buying bounce with 180 single order contract. The only thing I don't like is that these buyers got absorbed up here. So if you try to go in and you're right here up at the top, okay, you try to go in here, maybe you don't want to go in full size. Go in about half your size, okay? When we start breaking down this area, you really got to rethink it. Also, you got to rethink it right here. We're at a delta candle. Let me flip to a volume candle. Back on it. Uh, Let me flip to a volume candle right here. We're at 1050. We got big volume right up in there, okay? So if you put your stop, you want to put your stop probably like roughly maybe down in this area right up in here. Okay. I'm in late. This is an eval account, so it really doesn't matter. But you got buying balance. We just had news that just came out. This is little bit tricky right here. I'm going to move. What? Oh shit! You just saw F up right on the screen. I got to move that stinking thing, mother. Oh, I'm pissed now. I hope you friggin' dump, you piece of shit. All right, let me get to a sim account. I'll show you what I did. For some of you that didn't catch that, I got to redo this, man. This is going to happen to other people, and they're going to be ticked at how I developed this. Okay. All right, I'm in a sim account. Wait a minute. The break even. And did it get hit? Is it break even? Okay, so the stops are right here. Here, let me try this again. So the break even is plus 4 ticks. Oh, damn it. That was me. So if you go, why the hell is it? I'm on a different version, guys. I need to figure this out. Yeah, why the hell is it doing that? Is the break even just flattening stuff? Here, let me figure this out. Let me go to trading. Let me go to 0. 0, tick offset. So it's getting me out at one point, but it seems like it's flattening the trade pretty. Yeah, that was a setting for the NQ. For the trading, I really should have different settings for NQ and ES. Because one point on the ES, I mean, that's kind of high. I mean, 4 ticks on the NQ ain't nothing. Um, yeah, yeah, that's what I did. Daggone it. Okay. Oh well, I mean it's a profitable trade, so I ain't gonna worry about it. Here, let me reset the sim. I hate this thing. It's a daggone Ninja Trader thing, man, and I hate it. Hate the stupid thing. So that right there was 17. That's up a buck 12. So that's 5,300. That one's up. That's like 51,000. I only got a couple more evals left. The rest of them are funded accounts. Okay, let's go over this trade. Okay, let's go over this. I mean, I probably would have, or I would have gotten out anyways. Yeah. Oh well, I could have made a little bit more, but it is what it is, folks. Why did I get in this trade? Well, for one, I got in really stinking late. You have 180, okay? You're buying the highs, okay, where most people are shorting it. I'm buying the highs and getting like a couple points off the ES. Okay. Why? Well, for one, you got 180 buyers right there. You got 106, and we closed above it. So they got absorbed a little bit. That's a little concerning. Okay. But you got a buy and balance right here. You got a delta of 1,017% change, about 6,000 volume. Okay. That right there. And remember what I said? This, boy, I got to fix that. This right here is lighting up like a Christmas tree, man. Okay. You got a buy and bounce right here. You put your stop down here, or you can put your stop right here. It don't matter. You do what you want to do with your risk. Okay. And then you can go in here. Then all of a sudden, look at this. We had an inside bar. There's the high. There's the low. Here, let me redo this. There's the high. There's the low. We had an inside bar. When you break that with that volume right there, that's a go sign. Okay. Boom. Okay, that's a go sign. Maybe you start getting out right here, get stuff out 2 points, $100. I mean, it is what it is. And then you try to catch yourself a runner. Do you see how ES handles the and balance areas better. Okay. Don't look at this one because that one was news. That doesn't matter. Okay. The only buying balance we had, I thought for sure, I thought for sure we'd have some buying balances up in here, but we didn't. It would have been nice. But it is what it is. This one I said was not an A plus setup. Why? Well, because for one, we're consolidating. Okay. We're consolidating. You got that large buyer for a backing, which is good. This is not an A plus setup, but you can get into this area. Okay. And look what we did. We kind of moved up where you want to put your stop. Probably the smart thing to do is if that 342 starts losing it, yeah, you might want to rethink the situation. If about 4 points it starts losing it and you came up here for about 5 points, about 250. Okay. That's the smart move. And then where you want to get out, right here at this candle. Right when I said, when we were down here and I saw all that negative selling with the delta climbing, and I said, you want to rethink your situation. And I said, this might offend some people, but don't give back your profits. That's idiotic. And then bam, we had news. Uh, I didn't know that these people up in here knew what the news was going to be, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's some. They kind of knew something, man. Yeah. Okay. They kind of knew something was happening, and sure enough, Trump farted in the Oval Office, and the market took shit. Um, I'm just saying, man. Don't come after me, SEC. I'm just saying. Somebody knew something. Um, okay. We have a large single order contract, and we close right in between them. Okay. Above this one, below that one, we had inside bar right here, and you have a buy and balance. Okay. That's a go sign. Okay. And if once you get these pops and you start seeing these sellers, well, you go ahead and peel yourself off. So when you see this right here and we close above it and you got that 600 negative delta right there, you see that stinking delta right there with 13% of it negative from the volume, 4,500 volume, you really need to cut the friggin' trade, man. Just take your profits, okay? I don't care if the market reverses and runs up. You're going to miss some trades. Get over it, okay? It's just the way it is. Pay yourself on the way up. Your evals will thank you, your funded account will thank you, and your bank account will thank you. And you'll thank yourself. Okay? We're not looking for home runs, folks. We're not looking to be buying. Okay? I'm not as good as these hindsight gurus that you're going to see later on this evening where they bought the low here and they sold the top up here and they made 20 points. I'm not that stinking good, but what I am good at is getting some friggin' base hits and being 60 to 70% consistent no matter what, day after day. Well, not day after day. Some days I'll lose. Yeah. A day last week I was down $200. Okay, who cares? Um, but what I'm saying is the majority of the time I am very consistent, 60 to 70% profitable. Do I care about picking the tops and bottoms? No. Do I care about what the gurus driving the Lamborghinis and the rented Airbnb homes say? No. I used to. Once I stopped listening to them, I actually started learning. Uh, so base hits, folks. Base hits. Okay. Let's say you got in here. Let's say you saw that 80 and you're like, oh, time to leave. You get yourself about 100, 100 and a quarter. Okay. I mean, 100 and a quarter people are like, well, it's only $125. Okay. Well, normally when you get into one mini on the NQ, you can get like two or three minis on here. Let's say you get in like two times two, that's $250. Okay. That's just one trade. Let's say you do, let's say you do the other trade. Okay. Let's say you make 200 on that. Okay. That's about $500. Okay. $500 average for today. I mean, $500 a day is six-figure income, folks. Okay. Here's my piece of advice for new traders. Don't think you're going to be stinking rich. Okay. All those pictures of a Lamborghini or whatever that you want, freaking rip them down. Don't worry about that. Just worry about being consistent and building your profits up. Okay. Because I hate to say this, you got 90 and 95% majority of the people that fail in the futures market. Okay. What makes you think that you're going to be different? I ain't rich. I just know how to survive. Um, just get your base hits and be consistent. Okay. Just get your base hits and be consistent. Yeah. I need to put a notification down here on the trading. Like, I have the quantity here for the chart trader. I need to put a notification down here. BE like equals 4, TP equals 12, or TP equals 8, or whatever. I didn't have that enabled. Okay. Um, because 4 on the ES normally what I would do, 4 I have set for NQ. Okay, because NQ is a squirrely freak. Okay, NQ is a squirrely freak. So the ES I would normally have just plus 1 tick, break even plus 1 tick. The reason I do that is because, well, the ES travels in quarter increments, okay? And a quarter increment for the ES is $12.50 for a mini, okay? So, could it be possible to have the order entry in beta just to be able to practice? Yeah, that kind of gives me an idea. I tested it and I that gives me an idea to have 2 downloads, 1 beta and 1 release. Like right now, this says 1.2.9 and it's really 1.3. Maybe I can do that today. Here, let me look at order profiles. When you're actually downloading, when you're on profile, go to add-on. You know what we could do here? Download version 1.2.9, then we could have another download link below that. It says beta, download beta 1.3. So you'll have 2 downloads. I can do that. Yeah, that ain't no problem. I'll get that done today. That ain't no problem. I'll get that done today. So you have 2 versions. Okay. If the beta sucks for you, blows up the system, man, go back to download. Uh, uh, yeah, yeah. So it's 11 o'clock. I'm really done. I promise. I'm not clicking any more buttons. I'm really done for the day of clicking the buttons. Okay. I'm green. I'm done. I know when to stop. If it's a small red day, I know when to stop. I don't make it worse. Yeah, I'll have that out today. You'll have 2 downloads. Download version 129 or download beta 1.3. Um, yeah, I'll get that out today. There were some issues uh, that I had to fix. Uh, the stop loss and the take profit is working pretty good. The stop loss, take profit, all that's working when you have them enabled. There was an issue when, like, your profit or stop loss got hit and they had to cancel all the other trades that you had in your, orders right here. You always wanna keep this order tab, you always wanna keep that open and looking at it to see what is going on. You must do that, folks. Or what you can do is come over here to Rhythmic Trader Pro and have the order entry windows open. I would highly suggest that because I do that. Because what if Ninja Trader all of a sudden takes a dump? Uh, well, if you're in the trade, you're pretty much screwed. But if you have your R Trader Pro up and running, because you can be logged in R Trader Pro and the Ninja Trader on here. Okay, you can do that. Rhythmic does allow that. You don't have to have multi login. They allow you being logged into Ninja Trader or another platform and be logged into R Trader Pro. I had to do that with me building out my own personal trading platform that's going to be released here hopefully next month. Um, while I was developing it, I had to do that because I'm testing it on evals. And there many times I had to close out trades on R Trader Pro because my code didn't quite work. And I had to fix it. So, yeah, I would highly recommend that, man. Now, in my own personal platform, the order execution is working pretty good. I'm working on a chart trader just to get it to the level where the Ninja Trader add-on is, and it's pretty solid now. Oh, and I got something for you. Next week, I'll be doing a premiere where I'm actually trading on my uh, trading platform that I'm building out. Next week, I'll be doing like 1 or 2 days where I'm actually trading on it, live streaming. Uh, I got something for you that's gonna be really nice that I don't think any other platform has as far as chart trader. I got some ideas that are gonna blow. I'm being dead serious about this. Uh, the platform that I'm building out, it's going to be I'm looking for it to be pretty solid, and it's not gonna have a bunch of bells and whistles, okay? It's not gonna be like TradingView where they have like a like 1,000 indicators or stuff. It's gonna have your basic stuff, and it's gonna have all your order flow stuff, and it's gonna have your drawing tools. Uh, but like, and also it's gonna have a built-in heat map, and that thing runs smooth. Uh, but yeah, I'm going after a lot of companies. I'm coming for them, and it ain't going. You got I mean, are these companies crazy? There's companies out there charging $75 a month for a freaking order flow trading platform. Some of them charge more than that, 50, $100. Are they flipping crazy? Ninja Trader charges $60 a month for their piece of crap order flow package. You got to be kidding me, man. Gouging freaking traders that way. Most traders are new traders. By the time they pay for platform fees, for data feeds, for evals, for all this and that, they're already down to $300 a month. Okay. I mean, this is getting ridiculous, man. So the platform I'm building out is it's going to be cheap, man. I mean, this add-on, $8 a month. I mean, come on, $8 a month. But this stinking trade right here just paid for it for a whole friggin' year, and then some. Um, and the platform I'm building out, man, if you got the Ninja Trader add-on, well, first of all, if you have the Ninja Trader add-on, you're going to be able to use the platform when I give it out. Not give it out, but when I release it, when Rhythmic allows me to do that for multi-users. Uh, only people that have the Ninja Trader add-on, I'm going to let them start testing it. Uh, it's 11:15. I'll be quite honest with you. I would not be trading. If you're green for the day, I would not be trading anymore. I would shut it down and come back tomorrow. That is my opinion. If you're green for the day, shut it down. Here's an old saying. Bull, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. Don't be a pig. start acting like a greedy pig, the ES and NQ know that. And here's the thing, if you're actually green for the day, you are up against trading futures. I'm not talking about trading stocks. Okay, stocks is a totally different game. Trading futures, you are playing in the realm of extreme professionals that know how to play the game and to make money. And it's a zero sum game with the futures. So if you can are green for the day, you better be thankful the market was able to give you that money. Do not be a greedy pig because these institutions know what they're doing. These market makers have been at this for a long time. They know what they're doing. If you think you've been trading for 6 months and you're going to come in here and then just take money from them, you're out of your mind. We're breaking down, like I say, we are flatline on order flow bar moving average. Okay. Market likes to run up. Market likes to find value. Boom. It found value to the upside. It consolidated. It likes to piss off a bunch of new traders trying to go short and catch falling knife. And then all of a sudden now it breaks it. Okay. Is this going to be a failed auction? I have no idea. When I talk about a failed auction, I'm talking about running down and then running back up. It don't look like no failed auction right now. Okay, because you got to look at the delta right here. You got to look at the delta down in here. Okay, 9%, 16, 21, 9, 18. Okay, you got to look at the volume. The volume is starting to dry up a little bit. Okay, over in this area. You really got to think about this and look at the bigger picture too. This is where that battle was. Large buyer and then a large seller. Maybe that large buyer got out and that was those sell contracts. I have no idea because I don't have the trade IDs. What I do know is that we got the VWAP sitting right here. We got big distribution of volume right here. You got the point of control right here. Okay, that's what I do know. And we got the order flow bar movement average. It looks like it's trying to flatline. Okay, I like to trade the 5 minute when this order flow bar moving average, the blue one, is sloping upwards. I'm not trying to catch here and sell here. I'm trying to get a slice of the pie in between and put the odds in my favor and have my batting average good. Also, the 5 minute, you got to think about this. Look at that candle right there. We had a buy and bounce right here and we held it. We finally broke it with some volume. But we're coming down to the order flow bar moving average and it looks like we're trying to bounce off of it. We have to get through this volume right up here, this area of volume right up in here. That is an uphill battle. That is an uphill battle. You have to get through this ledge. Think of it this way. This is how jigsaw trading explained it to me. Okay, let's say you're a little stick man, okay, or stick person, stick whatever you want to be. I could care less. Okay, and you're on a ledge, and this little person right here is on the ledge right here. Okay, if you walk off that ledge, where's the next ledge to stop you? Right here, right up in here. You got all this volume right here that's low. So if we fall off this ledge right here, like we did here, where is it going to stop you? You kind of get what I'm saying? We traveled through here with thin volume. Am I telling you to go short here? No. If you want to go short here, if you want to go short here and play this game, you better be an experienced trader and you better be a disciplined trader because when the thing starts reversing on you, you get out. There ain't no hope trading. There ain't no hope trading around here, folks. We don't do no stinking hope trades. We don't do no martingale trading, averaging down. We don't do none of that crap. Okay. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Admit it, get the hell out. Look at this. Oh, wait a minute. It wasn't on, it was this one. Where was it? Where was it? I said this not an A plus setup. I got in here. I got out here. I admitted I was wrong. I was thinking we were good down here. We didn't. We had this bar right here. I was like, okay, I get back in and I take my profits up in here. And then boom, I get back in. I admitted I was wrong. I just took my profits. And guess what? I didn't give a flipping crap about taking a loss. Okay. I could care less. I admit it. Because here's the thing, I'm 30 to 40% wrong most of the time. 30 to 40% wrong, but yet 60 to 70% right. Here's another thing, when you have a sell off right there and you have 50 negative delta, you got all that negative volume down here and we close above it. That's a good sign of moving upwards, okay? Because that's absorption. That is called absorption, folks. 50 negative delta, 1.7%, but 3,000 volume, and then we closed above it. That is called absorption. What that was at 11:15. Uh, that was right here at 11:15. Probably green candle, green delta. I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention. Uh, but that's absorption, folks. Negative delta. The delta was down in here, and then we closed above it. If you get in on the break of that, you got some good volume being filled out. Maybe you try to get in, get yourself about 2 points, get yourself a runner. Maybe you can get yourself a runner all the way back up here and get yourself 6 points. Who knows? These are kind of things you really need to look at. And this is a counter trend trade, folks. This is counter trend trade. Now, the 5 minute green, okay, an order flow bar moving average sloping upwards. Okay, that's fine. And we're above the VWAP. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Like I said, you're up against this area right here that you're trying to butt up against. Okay. But we had a sell off. Negative delta, we closed above it. All that negative delta was down in this area. Okay. You can get in light and try to get yourself some more profits. Don't go in all heavy and get back money you just made. That's idiotic. And I'm going to tell you it is. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to teach you to trade. But the thing is, if you get in here and you start coming down in here, you better get out. You better get out because you could easily come down here and take a 10-point loss, especially in this environment. Ugh. I usually just try to make a couple trades, get green, and be done for the day. That is what I do, folks. Uh-huh. All right, all right. Trump, 11:15, just said I'm going to meet with I'm going I am going to meet a large group of generals about Iran. A large group of generals. Okay, well, I mean, obviously, he's probably just going to the Pentagon to sit down and talk with them. I mean, this is just coming from. I spent 5 years in the United States Marine Corps, and all I gotta say is stop effing around and pissing around and just get the job done. Okay, you picked the fight, now finish the effort. Stop pissing around. You go and punch somebody in the face, and they start swinging back at you. You the one that started it, you little effer. Now finish it. Yeah, so I really don't need a whole bunch of indicators, to be quite honest. This order flow bar movement average, I mean, you can come down here and just kind of click off of it. You really don't even need it if you really don't want it. You can kind of see where you're at. I mean, you can look at this and be like, okay, we ran up, we got a low here, we kind of ran up, we kind of had consolidation, we had some news, we had a low here. I mean, you can kind of get an idea. You really don't need to move an average, okay? And if you're a scalper like I am, like I could care less what these friggin' EMAs and SMAs are doing or what the daily uh 10-day, 50-day is. I could give a flipping crap. Okay? I just don't care. I do care about the about this. This is what I do care about. Okay. And you'll notice as soon as we came into the market, this is what we looked at. Okay. And I don't need to go back 30 days. I only need to go back about 10 days, go about 5 minutes, and then just click apply. Okay. This is all I stinking need, folks, is this right here. And I don't even need the overnight point of control. I only want to know here. I only want to know 74.20 was the overnight high, 73.90 was the overnight low. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. And then 74 and quarter was right here. Was the previous day's high. Okay, that's fine. Boom. That's really all I need to know. Okay. Friday was a P-shaped day. It was a nice bullish day. Okay, that is bullish. And look where we're doing. We're going up. Okay, that's really all I need to know. I don't need to know what the moving averages on a daily are doing. I could care less. Now, if I'm a long term trader, then obviously, yes, I do care. But I could care less scalping for like a handful of points. Like, who cares? Okay, at 9:15 every morning, boom, we look at this. Okay, we try to give ourselves a game plan of what's going on. We look at it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Okay, so getting ready to break new highs again. Look at it. Boom. Man, I would not short this market with Trump's money. Just would not stinking do it. Was it 11:30? Yeah, I would not short this market at all. Fed bids for 6 month bills total. Oh boy. The little absorption up in here. You see this 58 single order contracts, about 175 negative delta. You got all that delta. You got you hit all that delta right there, and we kind of closed right at it. That's a little bit of absorption, folks. A little bit of absorption. That selling wasn't all that strong. See, here's the thing. You see this right here? This negative 50 delta, and we closed above it, and all the selling was down in that area. Let's say you had to wait until 9:30 for that. Okay, you got to wait for about an hour and a half or so, man. Who cares? Wait for an hour and a half, get yourself a nice trade for about 5 points, $260. Go in about 2, 3 minis, and you got yourself a pretty good trade going off. Okay, maybe I don't know. That's news. That's really hard to trade. I can't even go over that. The reason I got back in on this one, okay, I got in here, I went and took my loss, so I cut the trade, and then we ended up with the 95 negative delta, and we closed above it. I'm like, okay, I wish I would have stayed in and not take my loss. Okay, no big deal. And then we had this bar right here, 189 positive delta, and we started moving above on that. And then I'm looking at this, and I'm going 189 positive delta right there, 1,300 volume, 13.8% of the volume was positive. Anything above 10 is really good. And that right there is on an inside bar. So obviously, I'm going to get in and get out up in this area. Okay, obvious. Uh, a 200 tick chart for the ES. Strategy is a bounce off the VWAP. Yeah, which is pretty solid. Bands just a few points with eight stop loss. Can you recommend what settings I should use for bubbles? Um, for the ES, wish I had my other trading platform open, not this one, so I can kind of run through it real quick. For the ES, 50 single order contracts seem to be pretty decent for me. But if you're going off, what are you looking at on a 1 minute or something? Let's look at the VWAP here. Um, I mean, if you're trading VWAP bounces, I'd probably go with aggregated volume, quite honest. Well, actually, both. Okay. Actually, both. You see how the 5 minute right here I have the, okay, here's the thing about this. Aggregated volume, I have set to 500. Okay, aggregated volume, I have set to 500. Um, so it has to be 500 aggregated volume for it to even show up. Now, the top number up top is single order contracts. Okay. Uh, an ES on a 200 tick chart is quite low, very low. That's like 200 contracts. Like, yeah, that's very, very low. Um, I would probably with the bubble settings, I'd probably go with both and do aggregated volume. The thing is with aggregated volume, if you do aggregated volume and you do aggregated volume 150, you could probably do maybe 100. That way you'll get the aggregated volume, but you'll kind of look to see what the large single order contracts are too. Are you looking at a tick chart? It's 11:34. I'm gonna have to leave here pretty soon. I normally have to leave right to go do something on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Next week that's probably going to change. Next towards the end of the month, that's next month I'll be able to do a lot more. Um, I will be back at around 12:15, 12:20. I'll be back. Uh, tick chart. Well, it's kind of slowing down. It's 11:30. The volume's going to probably slow down here going into the day. Even if we bring up a pulse chart, let's say you look at the ESM6. Whoops. ESM6 on a pulse chart. What are my settings? Minimum volume of 25, resting orders of 25. See, this just doesn't even show. Yeah. I don't like looking at heat maps for ES. NQ is fine. Oh, bounce off the BWAP bands. Yeah, I need to add BWAP bands. Like 1, 2, and 3 standard deviation bands. Yeah, for that type of style of trading, bounce off the VWAP bands, I would go with aggregated volume. I would start. Uh, I mean, if we go with aggregated volume on this 1 minute, aggregated volume, large volume. Let's say you do 75, and you click apply right here. That's going to give you quite a bit, man. I mean, look at that. That gives you quite a bit. So maybe not 75, maybe 125. Let's see what that does. 125. That's still quite large. Um, there's something else that you could do. Maybe even 150 for aggregated volume. For aggregated volume, maybe 150. And you still can look at the top number to see the single order contracts up there. Trying to think, that would be okay. 75 is too much. 125 is not enough. About 150, and uh, also this right here. Let me. I need to really do videos of this. If you look at this, you might want to enable show large volume profile. This shows the large volume, single order contract, large volumes. Okay. So this right here, seller, this buyer, large buyer. Large single order buyer right here, that was the largest one so far of the day, was at 39 and 3 quarters, it looks like. A buyer. You had large buyers up in here, large buyers. It has some sellers up in here. Has some sellers right there. Uh, so when you're trading off the VWAP, the bands of the VWAP, you can look at aggregated volume, but you can also look at the large volume profile and see where the large buyers are. So if you coming down to a VWAP band and then you're in an area where there's no large buyers but large sellers, then you might want to be aware. That's what I would suggest. Probably 150 for aggregated volume. And the top number gives you the single largest order contract. And then you can use the large volume profile as a pretty good guidance. Oh, oh, you got my phone. Yeah. Alrighty. All right. All right. I got to get going. I'm going to leave the stream open. I will be back. I got to get going. I'll be back. My strategy is a bounce off VWAP band system. Few points with, wait a minute. I already read that. Yes. Okay. Lunch. Be right back around 12:20. 12:20. Let's see. I'll give you a sneak peek. I'll give you a sneak peek. I'll be back in about 30 minutes. I'll give you a sneak peek of the trading platform that I'm working on. When I get back, uh, I'll close down Ninja Trader and I'll give you a sneak peek of the trading platform that I'm working on. And I'm going to be doing a video today about it. probably throw it up on the site as well to get people excited about it. I'm actually excited about it. I'm actually trading with it now. I'll give you a sneak peek when I get back. All right, I gotta get going. Alrighty. Okay, I'm back. Well, the market ain't doing very much. Market ain't doing very much. We'll see what we can get on here. Uh, we got that chocolate pie too. Yeah, I'm gonna have some. Okay. All right. Okay, okay. All right, folks. Uh, well, it's lunch hour, so maybe I could give you a little sneak peek of the trading platform that I'm working on. I can give you a sneak peek. Uh, where we at? Uh, let's see. Code order flow trader. Uh, I'm gonna have to disconnect. Here, let me bring it up here first. Let's see what we got going on. Uh, I'm gonna have to disconnect from Ninja Trader. I'm gonna disconnect from Ninja Trader first, folks. Okay. So there we go. I'm disconnected there. Let me reconnect on the rhythmic. Do connected. Let me bring up a platform. I just want to see NQ. NQ might actually be the best right now. Um, there we go. Here, let me close this out. Let me close this out. Uh, and positions. This right here is the order flow platform. The workspaces are working. I'm still testing stuff out though. I'm still testing this. Let me try and get some of this. So I can start showing you some of the stuff that I'm working on. Do. Alrighty. This is the platform that I am currently working on. We're on a five. This is a 5 minute. We're on a 5 minute. You can do the NQ load NQ. You can load the indicators on the NQ 5 minute. You can load it up. We got the bubbles there. We've got the volume imbalance area. We got the delta uh, imbalance area stuff there. We got the deltas down at the bottom here. If you click on indicators, the big trades, let's say you can come over here and do volume. Let's say you want to do 150. Just click apply, and then it will show ones. This is the NQ. Big trades mode, it's both. Now, the big trades show the aggregated volume, and then the big trades are on the bottom here. I mean, what else do we have here? We got the order entry. Of course, the order entry's right there. We have that. Also, there's another thing I really wanted to show you. I've got the profile chart. Profile chart is right here. Let's say we look at NQM6. We'll do RTH, do like 5 days. Let's see, 5 minutes. Tick row 32, I guess. Um, Uh, maybe we'll do tick row 4. Yeah. So we got the, let's actually do 10 days. So this is RTH, real time trading hours. This is, and then it kind of works. The trading platform I'm working on, it kind of mimics the Ninja Trader add-on that I was streaming this morning. Okay. It's just that I wanted my own order flow trading platform. Actually, it's going to be more than just an order flow trading platform. It's going to be a regular charting platform as well. Because right here you can have standard hollow, height and ASCII range or line charts, things like that. Uh, and also on this right here, candle styles, you have hollow. You can go hollow. You can go volume, that shows you the volume. But all this needs to be worked on. Then the delta or the volume, I really need to work on that. You have footprint charts. The height and ASCII stuff I don't have out yet. Uh, that's the delta volume. But this right here, the drawing tools are working. Or all the drawing tools are working pretty good. Uh, clear the freehand. You can clear the freehand out. It kind of works like the Ninja Trader one. And this runs on Mac. As you can see right here, this is a Mac window. So it runs on Mac. And like the point of control, take out the point of control. You can take out the candles if you don't want to look at that. The overnight high low, you can remove that. But this kind of gives you a good area. And of course, you have on the box, you can draw your boxes. But all of this is a work in progress. It should be released. I'm hoping to get. I'm hoping to get multi-user compliance with Rhythmic done this month. The order executions is what I have been working on, to be quite honest. Um, let me look. Let me bring up another order flow chart. We'll do NQM6. Let's kind of look at a 32 range. Uh, a 32 range bar. It really needs some work done to it, to be quite honest. Let's take a look at some other stuff here. So the indicators, you can add the indicators that you want. You can turn them on or off and just click apply. You can right click indicator template. You can save an indicator template. You can load an indicator template. Chart templates like load chart template. I don't have a chart template loaded, do I? No, I don't. I don't have any chart templates load. I don't have any. All right, well, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do 25. We'll do 25. We'll just click chart templates. We'll just save a chart template. We'll just call this main. We'll just save it. So when you go to chart templates and load the chart template, it goes to main and you just load it. Of course, nothing really changed. And we have MNQM6. Yeah. The data, there's some aggregated data. The data feed for this thing with rhythmic paper trading is not that good. You really don't get good ones either for uh, Bullnox or any of them. Let's take a look at the heat map. The heat map right here. The heat map is actually working in QM6. The heat map is working. We'll do minimum resting volume of 10. We'll just go ahead and subscribe to some data. So we got a minimum resting volume of 10, minimum volume of 5. Okay, let's do 3. Now all 3 show up. Now there's some work that needs to be done to this. The bid and the ask lines are right there. Let's say we want 5 minimum resting orders. So now you got a little bit bigger of a heat map. Do 8 resting orders. That gives you the resting orders. I want to kind of make this a little bit better. The bid and ask is, it needs to be smoother, but well, it'll all get hashed out. The heat map I really haven't worked on that much, to be quite honest. It does need to be better. Um, the heat map ladder, you can do the colors, the trade bubbles. You can do trade bubbles. Let's say you want the trade bubbles to be like this. Uh, the cell circles. How come that didn't update? Maybe I don't have them wired up. I have no idea. Thought I had it wired up. I guess not. The bid color, the ask color. Do I have that wired up? No, I don't. Nope. I just have the. No, I don't think I have them wired up yet. I just have the default. I don't have that wired up yet. All right. Oh no, it is wired up. Okay, that's right. I don't have. Okay, let's say you want the bid and the ask to be like that. Oh, you gotta save it. Okay, you just gotta close it out and save. So I need a save button. I need a save button, folks. Boom. There we go. Now it's all like that. I need a save button. Is what I need. Thank you. So I need a save button for this. But it's all in a work in progress, folks. It's all in a work in progress. Hopefully, this will be released to the public next month. Hopefully. Oh, there's something I got to show you that's really cool. Hmm. Daggone, it's hot. Yes, I know. It just came out of the oven. All right. Uh, Here's something else I want to show you. Uh, let's see. Something else I want to show you. Oh, yeah. You can tick merge this. Resting orders is 8. You can tick merge this. Let's say you see how it's quarter, half, 3/4. You can tick merge it. Let's say you go to 2. You see how that just got tick merged? To 2. Whoops, can't see it. Now you can. So it goes half whole, half whole. You can tick merge it. You can tick merge it to a whole point. Tick merge it to a whole point. Come up here. Maybe the minimum resting orders need to be 15 now. Maybe it needs to be 30. Maybe 25. 25 seems pretty good. So if you tick merge it, 25 resting orders seems pretty decent. Maybe minimum volume of 5. Oh, minimum volume of 5 maybe. Enter symbol. I did enter symbol. Boom. Yeah. So all of this is a work in progress. The heat map. I'm going to get that hashed out pretty decent. Um, all of this is going to be a work in progress. The one cool thing is, you know how on most platforms you have a chart trader, and the chart trader is all on one side of the chart. On the right side, you got, and you takes up too much real estate. To be quite honest, takes up too much real estate. Well, with my platform that I'm working on, if you come up here and you go to chart trader and you click that on, what you get is you get a chart trader. Normally it would be just here and it'll be all over to the right side. Well, what I'm doing is I'm giving you a floating panel. So the platform that I am working on, I'm giving you a floating panel. Here, I'm giving you a floating panel for you to actually move around to where you want. So it's not anchored all the way to the right, the chart trader, and if you click it off, click it back on, wherever you move it, click it off, click it back on, it goes here. Let's say you don't want the chart trader, you just uncheck that, and then you can drag it up here, and then you can do shorthand keyboard commands. Okay, let's say you want to buy a contract, you do shift left click, shift right click. I don't want to do that because this is on a actual an account. Uh, Maybe I can try and do something real quick. Uh, like right here, we have the stop loss, the break even. Let's say I go to break even. Now I'm at a break even. Let's say I just want to go ahead and flatten this trade. Uh, it just flattens the trade. So all of this is working and it's pretty decent for right now. All of this is working. The order executions seem to be working pretty decent. I need to get things hashed out, but it's a work in progress. But it's going to be pretty solid once it gets released to the public. So this is just a sneak peek of what I've been working on. You know, I gotta get the yeah, thanks. I gotta get the quantity and the P&L hooked up with the chart trader right here. But the chart trader should be up and running pretty fully by the end of the week. But that is what I am working on. Mm. Now, next week, I plan on getting a lot done for this. Next week, maybe a couple days out of the week. Next week, I'm actually going to be trading on this chart, like a Bull Knox eval or something, or maybe an Apex. I got some evals right here that I can do. Uh, At account 17, I'm up a little bit this morning on it. In the execution box, you have your orders right here. You have your execution box. You have your positions, your account, your messages. Right now, the only connection I have is Rhythmic. But all of this is going to be done. The biggest thing was I wanted to get this floating chart trader uh, up here. That was the biggest one. What I'm going to do for the indicators, because right now the indicators, when you click on this, it goes from right here. And what I want to do is be able to search through the indicators once I add more. And then there'll be a little plus button, and you click on the plus, and instead of doing the actual settings here in this window, it's going to be a floating window like this, and it's going to be off to the left, or you can drag it around wherever you want. And when you can just close it up and maybe put your indicators up here. And then when you open it up, it'll have a list of your indicators, and it'll have a little cog wheel, like up here, have a little cog wheel where you can click on it. It'll open up another window. You can do your settings, and then you can just unclick it and then drag it up here wherever you want, or drag it down to the bottom, however, wherever you want it. Okay, so it's kind of like out of the way. Uh, but that's what I plan on doing. This is just a work in progress right now. And the good thing is, if you have the Ninja Trader add-on, if if you purchase a license on the website, you get the Ninja Trader add-on, plus you'll get this platform as well. So, what I want to do, I'm going to be adding a histogram on the heat map here. The heat map, I'm going to be adding a histogram so it shows all the actual orders. I'm going to add a histogram here pretty soon. Well, it looks like we're up here at the highs again. I mean, this market has just been going straight up, to be quite honest. I need to add the VWAP to the indicators. The major thing I wanted to get done was the order executions. And if you do order entry, this right here, you can do market. If you do market limit, then you have to put in a limit price and stuff. But all of this is working. The break even, the cancel, the flats, all of this is working for the order entry. If you don't want to use the chart trader, you can do it that way. I just wanted to put in the chart trader because that's how I've been trading. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna be back at it again tomorrow at 9:15. I'll be streaming again at 9:15 tomorrow. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day because I got to work on some stuff. I want to try and get the build out for the Ninja Trader add-on. At least get the beta version of uh, 1.3 out and get that up on the site. So I will be streaming tomorrow at 9:15. So I will talk to you then. Have a good day.